down 1,000 times. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. In this video, we are talking about 6 running backs we absolutely love. And there's nothing more that I love more than talking about running backs. Got a very special guest today. People keep criticizing me all the time, saying I'm a couch potato. I don't play football. I live in a fantasy, and that's all I do. Well, that's pretty much true, other than the fact that I work out occasionally. I've actually got a football player on the show. Welcome to the show. She's a friend of the show, a friend of mine. I thought we'd bring her on to talk football. Welcome to the show, Gwen. Nice to have you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right. You've got a list of some players that you love, and you kind of gave me a sneak peek into one of them before the show started, and I'm not going to be happy about this one. Can you tell people, though, a little bit about yourself? You play football. Is this physical football? Is it contact? See, people are like, Joe, you don't even know what you're talking about. Physical. Is it contact? Is it full contact? Is it flag? I think it's flag football. Am I correct?
Yeah, so I play flag football. I've been playing for about 10 years. I play non-contact and I also play contact flag football. So a lot of people don't realize that there is a contact format where you can actually block and jam at the line, and it does get pretty physical. I've definitely had some injuries from flag football for sure. And I play co-ed as well as women, so I do play with guys.
So you keep busy then. I mean, that's the thing. Like, football. And so many people are going to say, well, Joe, you bring someone on, they don't know football. Well, we've actually got a football player on with us. So how long have you been playing football for?
Yeah, so 10 years I've been playing for.
10 years. Okay. Yeah. So I've been doing fantasy for just over that. So like hardcore. So we're on the same level then. There's no real difference here other than you've been playing reality and I've been playing fantasy. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, before we get into this, make sure you guys grab the 16-round draft solution. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players for drafting each round. It's going to help you guys crush your leagues, guys. This is it. Gwen, I don't know if you've experienced 16 rounds yet, but it's like I'm actually literally handing these guys the championship on a silver platter. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
16-round draft solution, get it below. All right, Gwen, we got some players here, running backs we love. Why don't we start off with the first running back? You've got one. Who is it? Who do you absolutely love this season and why? Like, why should we draft this player that you love? Or should I cue in some sound effects for this one? Is this going to be an exciting one?
I mean, I think it's an exciting one, but I don't know if you will.
I'm going to drum roll it. I don't know which one it is. You surprised me with one of them. Let me drum roll this. Ready? Here we go. Well, no, that's not the right one. Hold on. Okay, that's probably the one if it's the one I'm thinking. Hold on. Here we go. Drum roll. Who is it?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh my goodness. You are following the Consheepses. By the way, have you heard the Consheepses song yet? Here it is. If you haven't heard it. Did you know that you're copying and pasting from last year a little bit? Because you had a pinnacle year last year. And you are following the herd here. Why Christian McCaffrey, other than the obvious that everybody else has him at number 1?
I mean, yeah, but he went for 40 plus fantasy points in just his second game in a 49ers uniform. He led all the running backs in fantasy points scored from weeks 8 to 17. And from week 8 on, he averaged 19.5 points per game and 17.3 expected fantasy points per game. He averaged nearly 20 touches per game for 13 total touchdowns in 2022. And I think even with the 49ers, really robust offense for this upcoming year, I think, if he stays healthy, he's going to be the highest producer on the team. And I think
you're making a compelling case here, and I hate it. I don't like this at all.
I think even Elijah Mitchell isn't going to eat into his touches. And even if he does, he's always injured. So I think he's a great pick.
But that's the thing. He only played, I believe, 5 games last year. Hopefully he comes back healthy this year and dips into Christian McCaffrey. Now, I don't know if you know the stat, but Christian McCaffrey actually played 10 games in 2020 and 2021 combined. That tells me he's injury prone. So I know, are you drafting, we're talking first overall pick. Are you interested in taking him that early? That's where he's coming off. If you want him, you got to take him. So you're comfortable with taking CMC?
Yeah, I am.
There's no debate on this one. All right. So Christian McCaffrey, she loves him. I don't. You guys know this, right? I just don't love him. All right. So let's move on here to the player that I love this year. And and you're going to get upset about this because I told you who I love this year, and you're starting to complain. It's Bijan Robinson. What do you think of Bijan? You got to be excited about him.
Listen, I'm excited. First of all, his name is Bijan.
How?
So
How?
that's how he pronounces his name. So
Okay.
we have to respect how someone pronounces their name, in
my
my opinion.
Cool. Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you spell bi-weekly? It's B-I, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's Bijan.
No.
People
But hey, I can't say anything bad about him. I think he's probably the most ready running back since my Penn State guy Saquon. Saquon had a killer rookie season, and the Falcons also have the top 10 offensive line too, which I think is really good for him. And I think the only issue with him would be Ritter, who really has to prove that he can stretch the field, or else the defenses are just going to stack the box against Bijan. And I think. Yeah, I think he's good at eluding. He was good at eluding defenders in college in a balanced offense, but it's like one thing to evade 8 NFL defenders in the box. So we'll see how he does. But
by the way, what position do you play? I think you play wide receiver and corner, don't you?
Yeah. So I play wide receiver and I play middle linebacker and corner. So I play both sides of the field. It depends on the team I'm playing for and what their needs are. I can play either side, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious what position you played and stuff like that. So you're familiar with all the NFL routes, and that's what you guys implement a lot of these stuff in your playbooks?
Yeah, the route trees. Yep.
Okay,
like
perfect.
Sluggo and like all the different routes we have.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite route as a wide receiver?
My favorite route's actually the Sluggo. That's why it came right off the tongue.
Can you explain the route for the people that don't know what that is?
Yeah. So you take a couple steps forward and then you kind of run.
Okay.
In and then up the field. So it's
you're running in and up.
Yes, exactly.
I remember Martavis Bryant was promoting my brand years ago. His favorite route was the post. I remember he said the post route. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like a post, but then you turn it into a seam. So it's
nice.
Yeah.
All right, back to Bijan. Listen, I love him. I got him at my 1.01. I mean, there is some question marks. Tyler Algiers there. He was a 1,000-yard rusher last season, and he could be very viable on his own. He's going to get his share of work, but you don't draft a guy 8th overall, first round, if you're not going to start him and use him consistently. So I love him. I love the youth, love the talent, love the heart, love the conditioning, love the explosiveness. That's why, again, if we're talking about love, and again, I don't want to, with running backs, there's only a handful of running backs that have like the minimal committees. So he's just one of them. And that's a big aspect. And as much as I dislike Christian McCaffrey and his modeling and his injuries and stuff like that, did you ever see Christian McCaffrey's modeling photos?
I have not, but he's an attractive guy. maybe you're just jealous of him.
Maybe my guns aren't as big. Yes. But the thing is, yeah. So yeah, it's just, you got to focus on football. He's did a lot of modeling, and I see Travis Kelce. He did some modeling recently, and same with Chase Claypool.
So you're just hating on all the models.
Like focus on football, dudes. Like, come on. So Bijan, I haven't seen any modeling yet. Now you got me saying Bijan. I haven't seen any modeling yet, but if I do, I will be slightly concerned. But anyway, I love Bijan, love him this year. Tons of upside. When you look at running backs, everyone's got a question mark. You know, Austin Eckler, possible decline, Joel Lombardi not being there anymore, less checkdowns, more throwing with Herbert this year. Everyone's got question marks. You know, I just feel safer with him because the young, the hungry, and the high draft capital with the Falcons. So I love him. And this show is about love, and I have to show it towards my man Bijan. All right, let's move on here to another player of yours. I'm going to cue up the proper drum roll. Now this is a long drum roll, I would say. So we need like a shorter drum roll, don't you think?
Yeah, just a little shorter.
It's okay. We're going to play it again. All right, so your second player here. We need a shorter drum roll. Okay, so who do you love? Who's your second running back that you love?
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubby.
Yeah.
Now, this guy does not give me a chubby when it comes to fantasy football. Although Kareem Hunt being gone, I'll let you get to explain this, but there is some upside here with Kareem Hunt being gone. Is that kind of why you like him too?
Yeah, so that for sure. I think now that he's left by himself, I think he's going to be dominant. In 2022, he was fourth in the league in attempts with 302, rushing for over 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns. He led the league with 47 runs for 10 plus yards in 2022, and he has lots of power. He has the ability to run through tacklers and with his power, and he has that like sneaky getaway burst. I like him. I think he's going to be dominant this year.
You may not appreciate this, but I actually wrote Nick Chubby below. So I don't know if you can see it, but I did.
I didn't, but I mean, I'm not a guy, but he would give me a chubby for this upcoming season.
Volume is there, super safe. If you want a super safe running back and a first round, early second, you may want to consider Nick Chubby. All right, I'm going to get to mine right here. By the way, did you do any like I did mixed martial arts years ago. Did you do any fighting? Because in the in the thumbnail to this video, I have you like doing a punch. So what's that all about?
So that's funny. I was holding up my hand in that picture to show off my flag football championship rings, but I do actually take boxing lessons here in Tampa.
Oh, do you?
Yes. And so I'm not gonna claim to be an amazing boxer or anything, but I was doing one-on-one boxing lessons with a USA boxing coach. So.
Le'Veon Bell wants to box. See, there's a time he wanted to box me, and that never happened. But now he's getting the more and more time passes, the more and more washed up he becomes, the bigger I get. So he's gonna want to box me eventually. At that point, I'll be not wanting to box because I'm getting up there in age. But I mean, look at Elon Musk and who does Elon Musk want to fight? Zuckerberg. They're gonna go at it. Elon's what 51, Zuck's like what? 39, I think. So they're going to fight, and I think that's an MMA match. So it's never too late to fight. I think it's okay. Boxing is amazing. It's actually one of the sports that's actually one of the hardest sports to get coordinated with. It's hard to get coordinated. I have that martial arts background, so I was fortunate enough to be good at it. So, hey, maybe you and I one day will throw down for the channel, and we'll see how that goes.
I think that would be very entertaining. My cross punch is pretty hard, so
I'll watch out. I got a glass chin. I mean, iron chin, I should say. Never mind. All right, let's move on here from Nick Chubby, a guy that I love, and we talked about this a little bit off the show here, off the air. Is Breece Hall coming off that injury, the knee injury? I am a little concerned. I think everybody's a little concerned because typically running backs coming off the first year off the ACL, the torn knee. It takes a while to get into it. Now, we know the healing time is 9 years to a month. He got hurt, I think it was like week 7 or something, like earlier on in the season last year. We saw what happened with Saquon the first year back, didn't really get going. Second year, Saquon was able to tear it up after his knee injury. Now, again, Breece Hall, young, dynamic, awesome talent. They drafted Izzy, which was a rookie, I think, in the 5th round at running back. There was rumors that Dalvin Cook might end up there, which would be total BS because that would screw up this entire thing. It'd end up being a running back by committee. We want the volume to go to Breece the Beast. I love Breece, love the explosiveness, love the talent. He's a 2nd round pick. If you do draft him, make sure that he's not your RB1. You are a little concerned about the injury, right?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of taking running backs off of major injuries because you just have no idea how they're going to be after. I mean, everyone can't be Adrian Peterson and have like a career year after tearing their ACL. So we'll see. But I think he's a good pick still.
I love him. I love the ceiling, love the upside, love the opportunity. And if he didn't have the injury, he'd easily be coming off as a top 5 pick. Because of the injury, people are a little hesitant, a little, scared to take him. Listen, I love him. I'm going to be drafting him. And as part of a robust RB strategy. What is a robust RB strategy, Gwen? I don't know if you know the actual definition because I created the definition. It's drafting 3 workhorse running backs with minimum committees in the first 4 rounds of your draft. So you are making sure that you have the elite running backs because it gets thin after round 4. You're looking at the Bijan Robinsons later on. You're looking at the J.K. Dobbins, who I don't trust, even though it's a contract year. It gets really thin, and you really want to make sure that you secure those running backs early, which is what I do. All right, you've got one more here for us, and let's get to it here. Who is your last one? I don't think we're gonna do the drum roll this time. We are gonna do the magical twinkle. I mean, we've got default settings here for these sounds. We're gonna upgrade them. We got the magic. Okay, your option. Do you want magical twinkle? Do you want doorbell, or do you want air horn?
I think the magical twinkle is perfect for this player because I think that's what he's going to be for this team.
All right. Who is your final player that you by the way, do you love this person? Do you absolutely crazy about this player?
Yeah, I'm crazy about his potential coming into this year for sure.
All right. So Magical Twinkle, I'm going to cue it. We don't want the drum roll because it's too long. It's too long of a drum roll. All right, here we go. Magical Twinkle.
Um,
That kind of lingered too. That Magical Twinkle went on longer than too much twinkle. Okay, who do you got there?
yeah, Jamir Gibbs.
Jamir Gibbs. Why do you like Jamir Gibbs?
Because he's coming into a great situation with a really good offensive line. And Swift is gone now to the Eagles.
Good riddance. Good riddance. The guy sucks. I know you like Swift. I know you like the Eagles. By the way, that's why I was wearing the Eagles hat today. I wore this specifically
you are for me. That's great.
Yeah, because I was going to rip into the Eagles running back committee because they're injury prone. So I thought I'd be nice a little bit so you wouldn't completely rip into me. So yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not a fan of people wearing teams that they're not actually a fan of. But it's okay.
I'm in trouble.
But yeah, so Gibbs, the Lions have a really great offense that was ranked number 4 in 2022. At Alabama, he caught 103 passes for over 1,000 yards in his 3-year college career. And he was explosive all around on offense. He wasn't just a great runner and receiver, but he actually finished second in the ACC in kickoff return yards in 2021 too. Right. So I think he's going to kill it with Swift not there now. So I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, I'm excited about him. I really am. Montgomery, obviously a concern there because Montgomery may eat into that volume. They paid him. I don't have the contract in front of me. I think it's like 3 years, like 18 million or something stupid like that. So they are going to use him. That is a bit of a concern. But when you look at explosiveness, you look at talent, you look at upside, it's good. Now he's coming off in the 3rd round. So you're going to have to invest a little bit early. 3rd round pick. Make sure he's not your RB1 if you draft him. I'm just simply concerned about the volume. That's all it is. It's just a volume thing for me. But he is everything that the Lions wanted DeAndre Swift to be. So exciting stuff. I like your picks. Aside from Christian McCaffrey, I think we're good. And the last one here, speaking of pronouncing names, I'm going to should I give myself a drum roll here for the people listening in the car? I'm going to give myself one. All right, that's short. That's the only short sound effect we have so far. We got to preload more. We need more options here, okay?
Okay.
We have other stuff here, but I'm not even going to get into it. I'm like a kid at a candy store. I feel like I'm a kid again with these sound effects. So the guy I like is Damion Pierce. Some people are saying it's Damion Pierce, but it's Damion, Dameon. Like neon, Damion, either way. Damion Pierce is a guy I love this year, and I'm telling you, Gwen, this is the guy. Love the upside, love the talent, love the opportunity. Now, he's on a team that isn't the best, obviously, with Houston, but at the end of the day, the volume will be there. Now, they brought in Devin Singletary, who, years to wow me. And guess what, Gwen? Do you know the saying yet or no?
What?
Years to wow me and I'm not wowed. You don't know the saying yet?
Not yet.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. The fans have to tell you, you have to learn this saying. So I have a saying, if a player sucks, years to wow me and I'm not wowed. So Devin Singletary is that. So Damion Pierce should get the volume. Not really concerned about Singletary. He could be what I call it, is another term I use, is a pest. He could pest away some receptions.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a concern. But either way, Damion Pierce, great opportunity. So let's recap this before we get going here. We've got Christian McCaffrey. We got Bijan Robinson. We got Nick Chubby, Breece Hall, Jamir Gibbs, and Damion Pierce. We absolutely love these guys. And if you look at them, there's minimal committees for all these guys. There's always going to be depth at the running back position. There's always going to be a backup. But these guys should, for a majority as a floor, get at least 200 plus attempts. Each one of these guys, without question. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this one.
Yep, I'm excited about it too. I think these are all pretty decent picks. I'm just concerned about a few years with the injuries.
Well, listen, it was Gwen's first time on the show, guys. Leave a warm response below in the comments. I should have said this at the beginning. They're probably going to want to know what your @ is. So we're not going to tell her that yet. We're not going to give them your @ yet. Yeah, but some people on Instagram may have got it because I shared the show. I might have tagged you in this. But either way, welcome to the show, Gwen. We'll probably get you on again soon.
Yeah, I would love to come back if you'll have me.
Hopefully, yes.
Got to keep correcting you on your name pronunciation.
I need to be kept in line because I've been, I got Jimmy. Jimmy comes on the show and, being him, I pick on him all the time. I actually call him the fantasy goat, which he's not. We just, I lie and I make him feel good about himself and boast his ego. I won't do that to you. I'll just be honest with you and straight up.
Perfect. That's how I like.
All right. So guys, subscribe, thumbs up. And make sure you guys in the comment below, let me know who you love. But also, guys, grab the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it below. Secure the solution. Secure the championship. Gwen, you better get the 16. You don't need the 16 rounds. You're on with me here, so we can talk. I'll give you all my secrets.
I have the king of fantasy right here.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Gwen. Thanks a lot, everybody. Subscribe, thumbs up. We'll talk soon, and we are out.